Hi everyone and welcome back to Evocative Scents. Well, this is my first video on this channel involving any Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances, and if you are considering this fragrance for this spring or summer, hopefully my views will give an even better insights to this fragrance. This is one of the fragrances from their Le Beau lineup and not to be confused with the Le Male lineup, and this lineup is more suited to tropical smelling DNA. This fragrance is available in multiple capacity. I have opted for the 75 ml bottle. You can also go for the 125 ml if you like it very much, and although this fragrance is marketed for men, it can absolutely be rocked by any women if they really like fragrances with tropical vibes. If you are watching my video for the first time and if you love fragrances, do consider hitting that subscribe button and do not forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on my new videos. Let's quickly move on to the presentation and packaging. If you have experience with other Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances, this packaging will be very similar to those experiences. As you can see, it comes in 75 ml, and as far as concentration is concerned, it says Eau de Parfum Intense. I don't know why there is an intense in there. And on the outer plastic film you can see the bottle design, and on the bottom of the tin container you can see the batch code and the manufacturing details. And this packaging is fairly different from other cardboard boxes. Once you remove the plastic film, you will be greeted with the tin container, which kind of has a matte finish to it. And in the front you can see that it says Jean Paul Gaultier Beau Le Parfum. Once again, not to be confused with Le Beau EDT. Now let's open up the can and get to the bottle design. Now you have to be a little careful while opening the can. Once you open it up, you will get the bottle resting inside it. The bottle design is very unique and will pretty much stand out in any collection. There is a protection at the top of the tin can so that the bottle doesn't end up with being damaged during the transportation. Now let's take a closer look at the bottle design as well. The bottle is in the shape of a torso. At the top of the bottle it is very dark in color. The gradient gradually shifts to greenish hue to being completely transparent at the bottom. While the bottle design can be subjective in nature, I really like the artistic nature of this bottle design. As you can see, there is no cap at the top, just like other Le Beau and Le Male fragrances, and the juice is bluish green in color, not exactly transparent in nature, so be careful while spraying on white clothes. As I said earlier, there is no cap on this bottle, there is just a stopper. You just have to pull out the stopper to use the atomizer, but I would have preferred a larger ring on the stopper just like Le Male Elixir. The bottle design is absolutely gorgeous. It will look absolutely beautiful in any fragrance collection. And once you have used the fragrance, just push the clip again and it will stop the atomizer from being engaged accidentally. So that's it for the presentation. Let's quickly move on to the spray test. Now coming to the atomizer, it is not a pressurized one, but it throws a decent amount of juice and has a reasonably long and wide spray. So absolutely no complaints here. So overall, in terms of packaging, along with the presentation, I would give this a 9 out of 10. You can instantly recognize the Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance from the bottle design, and it is one of the most unique ones out there. Had there been a pressurized atomizer, it would have scored perfect 10 out of 10 in terms of presentation. Now let's quickly move on to the smell. From the beginning, you will notice that the smell is very tropical in nature, very fresh, little bit of fruitiness in it. Opening of this fragrance is very unique as well as beautiful. You will get a bit of pineapple at the top, but it is extremely different from Creed Aventus style pineapple because it has iris as well as coconut coming through it, giving it a more of a creamy and lotion type of vibe. It smells a bit richer and more sophisticated than the Le Beau EDT. There is very light sharpness due to the ginger, and the green accord is very prominent here. It is due to the cypress, but it also smells like davana. Personally, I love iris based fragrances, but in this case iris is not the major player in this fragrance, nor is the pineapple because it fades away very quickly. Although the opening is very beautiful, it doesn't last for a very long time. It quickly transitions into the dry down. Once this cologne hits the dry down, the smell moves on to the more familiar territory. The smell becomes slightly woody in nature, but it is on the creamier side due to the coconut. Although the coconut is one of the major players in this fragrance, it feels slightly synthetic, not as natural as I would have loved to. As the time goes by, the tonka beans become more and more prominent, which also reminds me a bit of Invictus DNA or the Rassasi Havas DNA. And in my previous video of Rassasi Havas Ice, I had told that I am not a big fan of Invictus DNA. Especially for me, the dry down is a little disappointing in nature, especially after the unique and beautiful opening. So in short, in the dry down it becomes sweet and woody in nature, while still retaining a bit of freshness. From the smell you would have clearly seen that it is definitely not a formal fragrance, but it is an excellent fragrance for summer vacation. Perfect perfume if you are sitting on a beach and enjoying some fruity drinks in the hot weather. While I really love the opening of this fragrance, the dry down is a bit of letdown for me. So in terms of smell wise, I would give this fragrance a 7.5 out of 10. And now let's discuss about the versatility of this fragrance. As I said just now, it is definitely not a formal fragrance, but it can be worn in date situation, especially in the summers. The compliment factor with this fragrance is also high because people really like sweet, fresh fragrance. And with the coconut, it smells unique as well. So for the versatility, I would give this fragrance a solid 6 out of 10. You can wear it all year round, just not to the formal occasions. But it is definitely more suited to warm weather as well. In cool weather, it will smell a bit out of the place. Now you people must be wondering about the performance aspect of this fragrance. And I am glad to say that the longevity is pretty good. You can expect around 6 to 7 hours of longevity, especially on clothes. But the projection is once again a bit of letdown for me. You can expect around 1 hour of decent projection, not a very loud one. The performance I am getting is in very warm conditions. So if you are staying in cooler climate, you will definitely get better performance than me. So is it a groundbreaking perfume? In my opinion, it is not. It had the potential of becoming a great fragrance with the opening, but the dry down was a bit disappointing for me. If you are looking to buy your first Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance, I would highly suggest you to go down the Beau Le Parfum or the Le Male Elixir. And if you are bent on buying a fragrance from the Beau lineup, I would suggest you to take a look at the Beau Paradise Garden. So overall score for this fragrance would be an 8 out of 10. So that's it for today's video. If you like this video, hit that like button. And if you have tried this fragrance, what are your thoughts on this fragrance? And which Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance is your absolute favorite? Do share your thoughts in the comment section down below. And yes, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell as well. And I will meet you all in my next video.